A good coach requires many different characteristics. The first one that I have spoken about here is patience. This is the ability to stay calm in different situations, waiting and being ready for others to be ready as well. This way, the coach is able to know the player's personality and understand what will allow them to learn and perform to the best ability. An example of when a coach may need patience is when teaching new skills. Some participants may not understand it first time they try it. Therefore, the coach is required to be patient with them so they can learn it properly. Patience is needed to allow the participants to perfect skills and new activities. Approachable is also another characteristic that a coach requires. A coach should be able to be approachable and allow the participants to talk to their coach and feel comfortable and confident in doing so. This means that the coach does not scare them or intimidate them at all. Allowing the players to talk to them if they need help or if they do not understand something is also what approachable is allowing them to be. The third characteristic here is committed. A coach should show their dedication, enthusiasm and commitment when coaching a group. This means that they are not missing sessions, they're always early and willing to help. A coach needs this to be able to organise matches and external training sessions if needed. This means that positive reinforcement can be received by the players and they will improve their performance overall. An example of a coach that has good patience is Jill Foster. She is an under-14s hockey coach and a non-elite level. When coaching younger athletes, patience is required at high level. This is to allow them to explore the sport and master basic skills and techniques. An advantage of her having patience is that the players are not feeling rushed but they feel comfortable. Especially when coaching younger athletes, it may be difficult for them to pick up new activities straight away. Therefore, patience is required. A disadvantage of not having patience, however, means that the participants may not feel comfortable and they may have a short attention span from being younger, which means they will not perform to their best ability, and they may not want to do it anymore. An example of a coach that's approachable is Anna Mays. She is the England women's netball coach. Anna Mays is a good example of this, as she has a good coach, team and player relationship. Therefore, the players feel that they can talk to her if they need advice or help, especially when perfecting skills. An advantage of Anna Mays having this is that the players do not feel embarrassed to talk to her, and if they need help perfecting skills, they can do so. However, a disadvantage if she did not have this would mean that the players' team cohesion may decrease and their overall performance may decrease as they may not feel comfortable talking to her or asking for help and advice. An example of a committed coach is Patrick Cromwell. He is Kayla Montgomery's coach. Patrick Cromwell is a good example of this because although Kayla Montgomery was diagnosed with MS when she was younger, he still stuck by her as she asked, and they both became very successful with her running. He is committed to her training sessions and has plans for her, but also he is there for her through every competition to get her at the end of the race to ensure that she is okay. He conveys his commitment and determination onto Kayla, which then encourages her and motivates her to do well and perform to her best ability. An advantage of him having commitment shows that he can convey this to his athlete, and he can allow her to perform to her best ability, as he is able to see what she needs to do to improve this, and then it allows Kayla to feel motivated as well. However, a disadvantage of him not having commitment may have meant that Kayla would not have carried on with her running, and it may have demotivated her. This table here shows a comparison between different characteristics that each coach may require. Here you can see that all coaches have different characteristics and qualities, but they are all still very successful along with their athletes and their teams. There are many different coaching techniques, and one of them is effective demonstrations. It's very important that a coach can deliver a good demonstration to a group when coaching them, to ensure that the participants can visualize and see what they need to do. This is important when learning new skills and activities to ensure that the players know what they are required to do. By giving them a demonstration, they can they can focus and they can see what they needed to do. When a coach is giving an effective demonstration, there are a few things that they need to ensure that they are doing to allow the participants to really focus. They need to have a good positioning where everyone can see and hear them. They need to have good body language so that they feel confident and so that participants can engage to this. They need to be able to progress this and link it to the sport so that the participants can see how this is needed in a sporting situation. And they must make this game specific. An example of a coach that can deliver effective demonstrations is Tim Drew. He is an under-16s tennis coach at a non-elite level. He is a good example of this for many reasons, but primarily because he coaches younger athletes. This means that he is able to demonstrate in a game-specific way, but also he ensures that he has the athlete's attention to make sure that they are engaging to what he is saying and showing them. He does this to ensure that they can then go on to remember this and explore it when playing tennis. An example of when he does this is in a tennis serve, when demonstrating how to use this in the correct way. He can give coaching points in a verbal and non-verbal way due to his experience and knowledge of the sport. An advantage of him being able to deliver effective demonstrations means that the players can see and visualize without losing focus on what they need to do. But on the other hand, a disadvantage of him not having this is that due to him coaching a young under-16 team and them being quite young, they still have a short attention span. Due to this, they may not be able to master the skill as quickly. They may get impatient and not want to continue the sport.